Made Famous TV.
So until they actually meet someone who actually gives them the direct path to what they're supposed to be doing to make their music career a business, it'll never happen. And it's not really their fault because, like, I'm a student of life. So when you study in life, one of the things that you understand is that if I know something and you don't know it, but I don't tell you, that's not your fault. It's my fault because I'm the one that knows. So you have a lot of people who are the ones who know who just don't tell people. So it's like, if you don't tell them, how do you expect them to get to where they're trying to get to? They don't know.
Say the game is supposed to be sold and not to be told.
Well, I'm gonna tell you, never let nobody play with your pockets, but it's like you gotta understand, like I have a problem with that because, like, sometimes you just meet somebody that just has raw talent.
Yeah.
So do you not work with them because they're not paying you, or do you just see the talent in them and just be like, y'all gonna help them?
Yeah, I agree. I think there has to be like a balance. And you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't mind giving information. Like, I'll give you the information. Now, if we having the same conversations 2, 3, 4, and 5 weeks later, and I feel like I'm consulting you on the phone every day or every other day for 2 and 3 hours, then
we gotta put a price tag on it.
Right, because now this is my time. You know what I'm saying? Hey, I went to college, you went to college, and that tuition ain't free.
Exactly. So it's like, like, now if you like invading on like the private time, and you doing it, no, we either gotta put a price tag on it or we gotta put a contract on it.
Right.
We gotta do one or the other. But if it's just like a one-off type deal, it's like, yo, just do this. Like, this will help you get there. Right. Then it's like a lot of people, it's like a lot of DJs who I see with bigger names now. A lot of artists don't even know, like, a lot of us came up together. So it's like we've been knowing each other for like years. It's like, because all us, we've known each other from the smaller levels to the bigger levels. So it's just like the relationships be there. We've been in the clubs with 20 people and we've been in the clubs with 1,000 people. But it's like most of us on the way, you know how they say when you go up the ladder, you see the same people?
Yeah.
We've been there. We've seen it.
Gotcha.
So I try to get people to understand that, man.
Yeah. They don't. A lot of people just don't know the backstory or whatever.
Yeah.
So about those clubs, because you said you've been in clubs with smaller groups of people and then with a lot of people. So we are. I don't even know if it's safe to say we're still in the middle of a pandemic because folks is outside playing.
Yeah, no, they outside for real.
So, like, how has that changed your club DJing? Like, are you still hitting clubs at all? Are they packed?
I haven't I don't go out at all. I haven't regularly DJed a club, actually trying to do one every week since maybe 2013. So that speaks volumes for what I do as a DJ. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
Since 2013, I do gigs out here, mostly football season, because I DJ over at the Star. So I DJ at one of the restaurants, one of the bars that's over there. So when it's football season for the Cowboys, I normally go over there. So I've been over there for like 3 to 4 years. So people be like, where I'm at, that's kind of like where I'm at over here. So I go do that like maybe for like 3 to 4 months out the year. Then I kind of chill. But the differences that I've seen throughout the years, like, I remember when we was in the club, we especially, I give you the backstory on me. So I had a group called Super Kids, right?
Okay.
So the original Super Kids it was 5 DJs. It was me, Rico Banks, DJ Backpack Mac, my partner Vaughn, DJ T. Lewis, who's Lil Lonnie DJ right now, DJ Ricky Rich, Dirty Costello. Rick Rich, Dirty Costello, and T. Lewis all are with Hood Rich right now. Me, I'm still doing my thing independently. And Backpack, he does a lot of stuff in the IT world right now. Okay. So what we used to do was we used to make it a competition amongst ourselves where we used to try to find songs that the other person didn't have. And we used to try to make all our sets different, because when you DJ in the club, it's different positioning. So it's like the person who DJs from 9 to 11, you're the opener. So it's like you either gonna open the club slowly or you gonna open the club with momentum, straight momentum. It's kind of up to you to what you want to do, because if you open up with straight momentum, the club may burn out in the middle of the night. and you won't make it to 2 o'clock in the morning. So the person in the middle actually has the best position because it's gonna always be a crowd there. After 11 o'clock, from 11 to 1, there's always a crowd there. So the person who had the middle set always want to make sure that they did good because that was prime time hours.
Right.
But then so in the club world, if you have a successful night, you know the club is gonna be open at 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock in the morning.
Okay.
So once you get to that position, then you kind of want to be the headliner because from that 1 o'clock to 3 o'clock, that's when you could just play all the hits. So like the better, well, I won't say better. If you want to DJ and you want to just play like all the hottest songs, you want to be the last person who DJs because you get to have all the hottest songs. So when we used to make it a competition, we have 4 to 5 hours where we used to try not to play the same song for one time.
Whew.
So, yeah, so that's what we used to do. And like we stuck to that. Even once, like we kind of split up and went and did our own thing, like into like our different groups or whatever, we still did the same thing. We didn't want people to be like, oh, that's that song so-and-so playing over there. That's the song they play over there. We tried, if you was playing the song, we tried not to play them songs. Like we don't, it actually had to be a really, really big song if all of us played the song. We wouldn't do it. But now everybody plays the same song. Everybody almost has the same club sets. Like even when I had a chick who asked me about it, she was like, why when they play, say we're going to take it back old school, they always play Poison. And I was like, man, I remember when it started. Because that didn't used to happen like that. But it's just like with a lot of DJs, you'll go to, it's like how you asked me about the atmosphere. You'll go to a club and you see something work for one DJ. A lot of DJs, they just like, I'm gonna do that. I seen it work for him. That's what I'm gonna do. I've never been like that. So it's like with me, that's why I still support a lot of independent artists. That's why my name is still like what it is still relevant. Because even now with everything that I do, if you look at my playlist and the type of songs I even play from the regular artists, I rarely play the songs that's on the radio. Unless I actually like the song. It's a lot of songs that's on the radio right now that I just don't like. It's like they cool songs. Yeah, they cool songs, but it's just like when I'm actually DJing, like I have to DJ off feeling. Okay. Like if I don't like the song, like if the song doesn't make me want to sing along to it, I don't play it. Because that messes up my vibe. Like I'm not gonna have fun. I'm not gonna want to do it. So I try to stay away from those songs. But you don't have too many DJs who like that these days. Like, and it's a lot of younger DJs who weren't grown by older DJs to know that that's how it's supposed to feel like. They just kind of see what's going on. They're like, oh, I just get the songs as I play the old songs, and that's what it is. It's like, no. Like, you get paid to DJ because people like your individual playlist. They like your individual song selection. Like, that's what makes you who you are as a DJ. So, yeah, no, I still stick to that to this day.
But that's an art, because I'm thinking about when I be at a gathering or whatever, and I'm playing songs or whatever, like I know what I like, right? And but to play my own playlist, I'm like, oh, but I'm about to really play a song that they probably not about to be feeling. Yeah. So to be able to transition from one song to the next and keep people into it, but deviating from playing all the hot records, playing your own, what you like.
Exactly.
That's it taking OG, a veteran, it takes confidence to be able to do it.
You gotta be overly confident in yourself. Because you have to be aware that, okay, let's say I play an album cut from Boosie or something like that. The song that I choose, I have to know that people know this song for me to play the song and know it's gonna get a reaction. Either I have to know that they know this song already, or I just have to just overly be like, y'all gonna like this song. When I play this song, I'm gonna make you like this song. I'm gonna play this song 100 times over the next month and a half, and y'all gonna know the words to this song. So that's the only two ways it happens. It's either, people are listening to those songs already, or you're gonna make them like it.
Gotcha. Ooh, yeah, that, because I'd be.
But see, that's the crowds. That's the art form of it, and like that's why I always like music, because it's really an art to it. So it's like you have certain DJs who actually understand the art form behind it. And then you have other DJs who just kind of just see it for what it is. It's like me, I'm blessed because I'm kind of in the middle. Like I told you, like I've always been like a hustler. So I understand the economics behind it. Then I understand the art form. So in the music industry, you always hear people talk about it. They always be like, it's not people in the buildings who understand the art and stuff like that. So it's like, it's still some of us out here, but the way that we work with the companies and stuff like that is different, because it's like a lot of us, we're not gonna be in those offices. We kind of work with those people like independently. We're not, they're not gonna hire us, but they're not gonna hire us because, you know, the only way you get hired for knowing the art is if you understand the business. And if you understand the business and understand the art, the only way you're gonna go inside the building is if you actually want to go inside the building.
I never knew it was. See, thinking about it, so it sounds like, just hearing that, maybe not the same exact struggle, but it seems like there are kind of parallel struggles between artists in the music industry and DJs. Like, y'all go through it too, you know, because sometimes artists or just people who aren't DJs, we look and we're like, oh, all the DJs got to do is know how to play the songs or whatever, and that's it. But
nah, you'll get booed out the club if you're playing the wrong songs. You gotta take a risk, man. And like, one of the things I always did as a DJ, and this is one of the advice I give any DJ: if somebody asks you to come play a song, play the song, man. like that's one of the biggest things that I always did. Like, it don't matter if you come in and request a song. I'm gonna ask you, as soon as you come and request a song, are you gonna dance to this song?
Okay.
And also, I'm gonna say, if I play this song, are you gonna go buy drinks? Because as a DJ, if I play this song and the dance floor is slow, and you want to hear this song, and you start dancing, it's easier to get other people to dance. So it's like, why wouldn't I play that song? It's like, that's literally the fans assisting you in your jobs. That's literally the club goers is just basically assisting you in your job. So why would you turn it down?
And I'm assuming you get those kind of requests like maybe in the earlier hours. Oh, do you?
I get it all the time.
Do you get it during like those peak hours when? Oh, really? And you can just throw a song on. Well, I'm assuming you got to be strategic in when you play the song.
You got to know how to put it in there. But you can do it. It was a DJ. Like, I tell you what gave me confidence in that. It was a DJ. It's a DJ named DJ Too Tall.
Okay.
In Mississippi, DJ Too Tall in Jackson.
Why am I imagining somebody 7'4" when you say that?
They call him the 6'8" wonder. He used to play basketball at Jackson State.
Gotcha. Okay.
DJ Too Tall. Me and DJ Too Tall was DJing an event at level 3, which is 105, the Catwalk, the same building, Capitol Street. We were DJing a party. This was when DJs used to DJ off CDJs, so you could still actually put the CD in and like play the CD. So I remember we was DJing, and like, it would just be local artists. They'll bring him a CD in the middle of the night. They just left the studio. It's just a random blank CD. They're like, hey man, I got this song for you. He'll be like, okay. They will give this man the CD. It don't matter what he playing. He popped that CD in. He listened to it for a little bit. He dropped that song.
And able to keep the party going.
Able to, because it's his party. He play what he want.
Yeah. See, it takes a special kind of ear to be a DJ.
Yeah, I mean, but you gotta think of it. Like, they wouldn't. How do they know that this person just brought you this CD? They don't. They don't know.
That makes me think, when I've heard songs, right, for the first time in a club setting or something like that, and don't let somebody else be dancing to it. And it could be that artist themselves, but I don't know that. But don't let somebody else be dancing to it. I feel like I'm left out. Like, wait a minute, how they know this song? It make you feel like it's a hot record. Like, I need to get on this.
Exactly. And he did that faithfully, because the only people who know that is you literally have to be in the DJ booth.
Yep.
That's the only way you know that they just brought him that song. That's why it's like, I still to this day get mad at DJs for not doing it, because you just kind of got to be a jerk to be like, if you're like, nah, I'm not gonna play this.
You're giving away some gems now.
No, free game.
Might need, this is free game, but you don't have too many people that I've heard that would give it away.
Well, because it's like how we were talking about earlier. Like, I don't have a problem with sharing the information, because that once you get the information, it's up to you what you do with it.
Yep.
Like I don't feel threatened by people who have the information, because everybody uses the information differently.
Yeah.
So it's like I can tell a person, like I can give a person my whole playbook 100% to the T, and they still want to do the plays the way I do the plays.
That's true.
Like so it's like there's no reason to not share the information.
That is true.
So it's like for me, I've always been like that, like my whole career. So it's like even with back home, you know, a lot of you got some people that like me, you got some people who don't like me, like because they feel like, you saying too much, you doing too much, and it's always been like that. But then you got some people who like, thank you,
right?
Who like, thank you. I need to know that. Like I literally need to know that, and I'm like this because, like I told you, I started from an artist or working with an artist. So I actually started out, but even before the mixtape DJ, I started out as an artist DJ because I didn't start DJing until that artist said, "I want you to be my DJ."
Right.
So, like I told you, he had management and stuff like that. So the shows and stuff that he got, he was like, "My DJ been a DJ."
Oh, okay. So he made sure you was.
I didn't have any equipment, nothing. I just had a laptop. He said, he's been a DJ. So, like I tell you, and I always make sure I tell this story because, like, I appreciate workhorse for this because, and I tell him all the time. Like, he actually does a car show out here in Dallas called the King of the Slab Car Show.
Okay.
That's within like his 6 to 7 years of doing it. So last year, the show that just passed a couple months ago, they had Benny Siegel, they had Webby, and they had Bun B, and like a couple other folks that came through. And he always gives artists an independent platform. But I always tell this story. This man took me around with him one day. This before any of the DJs who had a name knew me. I'm still 18 at the time. He took me around with him. You know how artists that be like, I'm gonna give the DJs my song. So this before emailing was the popular thing. So he was taking everybody around the CDs, USB drives, and stuff like that. We went and met with every DJ that was popular. This one day, he said, and he told me before we went out, he said, watch how all these guys gonna tell me they're gonna play my song, they're gonna tell me how much they like the song, and they gonna never play the song. Like he told me this before we left. But he was still trying to make sure he did what he did as an artist. Each one of them said, I'm gonna play the song, how much they like the song, all this. Never played the song.
None of them.
None of them. So this before I get hot as a DJ. This is before I get hot as a club DJ. This is before I get hot as a mixtape DJ. I saw this firsthand. So going out into, once I get a name as a DJ, my perspective has always been different.
Right.
Because I saw that at the beginning stages. And I was like, I'm never gonna do that.
I'm sure a lot of artists appreciate that though.
Yeah, because somebody has to be the different. Because if I just wanted to get plaques and stuff like that, I would have just kept working with like the record labels and stuff. Like because like a lot of people don't understand, when you get hot as a DJ in the city, the record labels come find you. Like you don't have to go look for them. They get brought to you. Yeah. Like nightclubs, they report the songs. So the songs that you playing, they get reported. Like that's how the artists get a lot of their revenue. Like if you play Lil Baby song in a nightclub, the nightclub reports those songs. So the labels know where the music is getting played at. That's why you see certain artists always getting booked in certain clubs. No. All these record labels and stuff, they have nightclubs, venues that are their particular venues. Like these are the things that they use. These are the things that they do. So when you playing a song, the record label exec is gonna come to you if you're playing the song and it's getting hot because you're making them the money. They're gonna want to give you more songs. So I would have kept doing it, but like with my initial reactions, like, and you know Hollywood Luck, right?
Yeah.
All right. So with Luck, we was working. Warner Brothers came to us, right? So they came to us, a couple DJs in Jackson. So we had a relationship with the radio people with Warner Brothers because, like I told you, the Waka Flocka thing, bro. Waka Flocka before he signed to Warner Brothers.
Right.
So at the time, Boosie also was with Warner Brothers. So they had us working Boosie, Waka Flocka, Gucci, is a couple other folks. So, like I told them, I was like, yo, they had some guys, you know how record labels just sign guys who you don't really hear about. They had guys like that too, we never heard of. So they like break the songs. So when it came to like those guys' music, like I was telling the record label dude, I'm like, bro, like we playing a song or whatever, but I got this guy down here in Jackson, bro. These folks loving this song. And at the time, it was pole in my pants. Like we broke